But we're not just challenged with creating the content of tomorrow, we're also challenged by how much content we need to create, which is only compounded by the number of screens and the number of channels that all of that content has to go. How many times have you been asked to create a quick graphic and then spent the rest of the day trying to make sure it looks good on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and a social blog post and on and on and on and on. The pressure on all of us to create content that just looks good everywhere is enormous. Earlier this year, we introduced a new set of tools and services that were specifically built to help anybody quickly create content and communicate an idea socially or online. And we called it Adobe Spark. And what got us really excited is just how many designers have started picking up Spark when they need to create something really quick that they know is going to look good everywhere. In fact, we have been so inspired that we have actually started to add new features to Spark just for you. So to show you how Spark works today, as well as where it's beginning to go, I would like to invite to the stage Michael Ninnis to show us Adobe Spark.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everyone. So Adobe Spark, it's an integrated web and mobile solution for creating and sharing digital content. Today, Spark lets you create and publish 3 different formats: post, page, and video. I'll give you a brief tour of all 3 of those in just a moment. For now, I need to create some content to promote a nonprofit organization called Pedal Revolution, and I'm going to start by creating some graphics to post on social media with Spark Post. You begin by telling Post what you want your graphic to say and choosing a size or the social media platform you want to target. I'll choose Instagram for now and click Continue. Post creates a starter design for me, but I'm in complete control of what this design is going to end up looking like. This is just to get me started. I'm going to begin by uploading my own photo. Just navigating to the photo I want to use, and we're going to use these bikes here. Now, all 3 of the formats in Spark are powered by themes, and those control design elements like fonts, color, layout, motion. It varies depending on the format we're working on. These are not static templates. These are clickable design choices that you can apply to your content, and makes it really quick just to get some inspiration and get some starting points, and of course you can customize them as you go as well. I'm going to go ahead and choose that theme as my starting point. That's great. I'm going to go to my background tab, and I'm going to remove the photo filter that was part of that theme because I just want the clean image there. I'm going to go ahead and select the text, and I want that text to pop off that background a little bit more, so I'm going to go to the shape options, and I can choose a background shape to go behind my text. I'm just going to choose a simple square there. Go ahead and save that. Post has magic text resize, so as I resize that text frame, you'll see it automatically lays out that text in a pleasing way. Pretty difficult to do that in other tools here. So I'm going to go ahead and center that. That's looking good. Now, all the Spark formats can be created in the browser, but they also have companion mobile apps as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the iPhone here, open up Spark Post, and you'll see that design that I started on the web is already here waiting for me to customize and continue editing. So tap that open. That looks great. First thing I'm going to do is add a little bit more text to that. I didn't get the text quite right the first time. So I'm going to select all. Paste that in there, which wasn't there, so I'll just add it manually to Pedal Revolution. Nothing more nerve-wracking than typing on a tiny phone in front of 10,000 people. All right, so I have more text now. I might want to relay out that text just to play around with how that looks. That looks good there, awesome. And I'm ready to share this to Instagram. I can just tap the share button, choose the social network that I want to take it to, and then continue on my way. But we said earlier, I want to make this design look good on all the social media platforms. So Post has a wonderful feature. It's called Magic Resize. I tap the resize button, and with a single tap, let's say I need this for Pinterest, or Twitter, or Facebook, or back to Instagram. All right. So that's Spark Post in a nutshell. Let's switch to our second format, Spark Video. And Spark Video is great for creating animated videos, perfect for sharing on social media to tell your story and get a message out. I'm going to go ahead and open up a project that I had started earlier, and you'll see that Spark Video uses a simple slide-based metaphor instead of a complicated timeline. On every single slide, you can record your voice, you can add a background image, you can add text, logos, icons, and so forth. And coming soon to Spark Video, you'll be able to add and insert video clips as well. It's as simple as tapping a plus button and navigating to where your video clips are located. I'm going to go ahead and grab this clip. By default, Spark Video trims it down to the first 3 seconds of that. You can, of course, move the trim to a different section or elongate or shorten the trim. I'll just go with the default and tap done. Now, I want this video to continue playing on the second slide, and I don't want to deal with having to synchronize the video clips across those 2 different slides. Spark Video makes this drop dead simple. I'm just going to tap the continue from here button. It's going to automatically create a second slide for me, and it automatically moves that playhead over to where it stopped from the previous slide. So it'll just play synchronously, whatever, across those 2 slides. All right, I'm going to add my text to the top of this slide as well. I'll type in your commute. Looking good, tap done. And then as a final step, I can also add a background music track to my entire video. Spark Video ships with many video tracks that you can choose from, or you can also upload your own if you have one that you want to use. Looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the finished video. All right, pretty cool. All right, let's bring this home by talking about that third format in Spark Page, which is used to create beautiful responsive web pages that look great on every device. You can use it to create a wide variety of rich modern documents, things like presentations, proposals, stories, one-page websites, and much more. You begin by clicking the plus button. By now you should figure out if you can click a plus button, you can use Adobe Spark. So we're going to add a title to our story. Recycle your cycle. Great. And we'll add a cover image to start our story. Again, we'll navigate to where our photos are located, and I'm going to choose this image here as my cover image. Now, we're creating responsive web pages here, so one of the great features of Spark Page is the ability to set a focal point for all of your images. If I turn that on, you'll see there's a little preview in the upper right-hand corner showing what this image would look like in a vertical-oriented screen like a phone. I can move this dot around to wherever I think is the most important part of the image. So regardless what screen size or orientation, that's always going to focus the right portion of the image. Go ahead and click Save. That looks good. I want this title to be at the top. I don't want it to compete with the image. And just like you saw in Post, all the formats are powered by themes. I'm going to choose a different theme here to choose different typefaces and colors and so forth. And then I can just continue adding additional content by clicking the plus button and continuing on. Instead of doing that and completing this document, I'm going to switch to a document that's partially completed so I can show off a few more of the editing features of Spark Page. This paragraph, we want it to be a block quote, so we'll just click the block quote button. That looks a little bit better. For this image, I want it to be a window instead of an inline. This gives me a nice reveal effect as I scroll. That looks pretty cool. As we get into this section of the page, this is what we call a glide show. So the background image zooms subtly up, and I can have an option for a floating caption bar as it goes by as well. And then to finish this off, I'm going to add a photo grid. Click the plus button again, click photo grid, and navigate to the images that I want to use for that photo grid. I'm going to go ahead and select those 3. For this one, I want it to be bigger than the other 2. That looks good. We'll click Save. And there's my photo grid with just a couple clicks. We'll just scroll back up to the top. And again, just like all the other formats, we can edit on the go with the companion mobile app as well. Let's open up Spark Page on the iPhone here. It'll synchronize the edit that I just made over on the web. And we'll tap that open, and you'll see it's automatically been formatted to look great on a phone as well. Okay. Thank you. Now, it's important to know this is not just a preview app. This is the full-blown editor in your pocket. So anytime you see that plus sign, you can add more content. You can tap in any element to edit it, and so forth. Pretty cool. All right. Lastly, let's switch back to the browser one more time. Coming soon to Adobe Spark, you're going to be able to create your own branded custom themes. So all the formats come with themes built in. We showed those earlier. And you can see Pedal Revolution has created their own custom theme where you can choose your brand's colors, your brand's fonts, upload your brand logos and your other assets, and Spark will be able to create branded themes for you to use across all of these formats. So with a single click, this page is now using their custom brand look and feel. Pretty awesome. Okay, so in just a few minutes, I was able to create beautiful graphics optimized for every social media platform with Spark Post. I was able to create a beautiful, compelling video vignette, perfect to post on social media with Spark Video, and I created a gorgeous modern document as a responsive web page with Spark Page. That's your whirlwind tour of Adobe Spark. Virtual drop mic. Thank you.